Welcome to Next to Madison, a podcast to help you live your best life.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Next to Madison. This is episode 110. We are now in almost the middle of June. It is really hot and I'm loving it. So if I'm greasy on the YouTube video, please ignore my face, but I'm always greasy because I like to be greasy. But yeah, summer is upon us and there are a lot of things and a lot of goals that people have either during the summer where it could be getting that perfect beach body or just new goals now that the world is opened back up. So today's episode is all about goals. And I am so honored to have an amazing certified life coach and musician, among other things, with me here today to discuss goals and how you can reach them and how you can start setting bigger goals, because you don't want to sell yourself short. This is your life and you need to make the absolute best of it. So join me for the conversation. And with that being said, I'd like to bring on my guest, Dani Bedoni. How are you?
Hey, hello everybody. So happy to be here, Madison.
Yeah.
I've watched and listened to your podcast. Oh my God, what an inspiration and how fun you are. And you really bring the best out of everybody. So I'm honored to be here.
Well, good. I'm honored to have you. So yeah, we're going to talk about goals. That's an area. You're a life coach, and that is one of the big areas that you focus on. So let's just talk about that. Like when somebody has a goal, what's a goal? What type of goals should they have? Small goals, big goals, all types of goals?
That's a very good question. What I start and when you're a life coach, one of the things that you do is listen to what that goal of that person is. And sometimes people don't know what their goals are. You know, we're in this moment of post-pandemic and people kind of asking themselves, well, what is my goal? And I always said, don't worry about it. At least you know what you don't want.
Yeah.
You know, that's really an important goal, to know what you don't want. But to know what you want, and as you were saying, do you want it small, medium, or large? The most important thing is every day is a goal. You know, what we do on our daily lifestyles, the different hats that you have, as you were saying, I'm a musician, I'm a business administrator, I'm a life coach, I'm a mother of three, you know, I love doing. So we're all having a variety of goals that we just have to bring up and ask ourselves, what do we want? And so what we do together, co-creative with the person, is what is it that you want on this precious day that you have today? And you start with mini goals, medium goals, large goals. So you start with a coach trying to figure out what is that life journey that you're wanting to go to.
You know, and that absolutely makes sense. But I like how you put it there. It's like, what do you want today? Like maybe today you just want to eat healthy and go to the gym. So that would be a goal. That's a small goal, but it's a goal leading to something bigger.
Yes.
So let's talk about like, what's the best advice to setting a goal? Not just everyday goals, but like, let's say your goal, let's just take me, for example. I have a goal to I have an idea for a product and I want to get it made. That's my goal. However, it's the steps up to it to reach that goal that become the noisy area.
Well, this is where the life coach comes in. Okay. So one of the most important things, and let's just show the audience what life coaching is between you and I like this exercise you were saying about this product that you want. One of the most important things, and that's why you have a life coach for a company, a life coach for a person, or for a new endeavor that you're wanting to do. So goals could be from personal to what you're saying in this particular case. My utmost important thing when I am with clients is really be specific to what do you want to achieve with this goal. So when I mean specific, and this is the difference between, the kumbaya, you know, we're going to do this, and goal-oriented, and you can do it. With life coaching, it's your life. So it's really important to be extremely accurate on what it is that you want, because it is your life. It's nobody else's. It's your project, what you want to do.
Yeah.
So if we ask you, what is your specific agenda that you want to obtain with this goal? So I ask you, Madison, what is that specific agenda that you want to attain with this goal?
To have a product on all the shelves to help the people I think it's going to help, and to be financially stupid rich.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So you're very clear on what you want. So
Exactly.
what we do as a life coaching and goal setting is trying to specifically say how you're going to do it. We create a roadmap. What is the timeline that you want to do this? What are the resources that you need to do this? If it's a financial part, what is that amount of money that you want? Is it X amount of dollars? You have to put it on, because you remember, time is money, and this is your time. It's your life. It's this project that you have. What do you want to attain? How many hours do you want to put in that project? So goals are not just, oh, this goal that I have in general. No. And that's why people lose that momentum of creating things, because it's too generalized and life gets in the way and some other specifics come in. So it's important to be, one, specific, two, have a timeline, and three, what is that monetary thing that you're thinking of? And the most important thing, which I tell all my clients, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So in that process, have fun.
Yes. So let's talk about the monetization part of it. A lot of people will have an idea for a company or a product, right? And they say, I know I can do this, and this is where I'd have to go to get a prototype, let's say. But then they get stuck on the financial piece. Mm-hmm. What is your advice, since you've dealt with big clients, about if you don't have the financial resources, don't let that hold you back. Go out and get that. What is some advice for that?
Well, that's a very interesting question, because I just had a client today on that. And, one of the reasons that we've realized is that it's fear that I cannot ask for a loan, fear that this is going to be too much and too daunting. It's the fear factor. So again, in coaching, when we do these goals, we analyze what are the fears that you have that don't let you do this. So we don't talk about those fears. We talk about the possibilities. So those fears that you have, okay, those are fears. We're going to melt them away. We're going to talk about what is the amount of money that you need for that goal. And if you need a financial aid with that goal, or if you do like a startup with this company. So there's so many different variables that can help you with the financial aspect. So again, if that goal is a specific goal designed with measurements, then it's just a part of the formula. It's not a daunting thing. It's just, okay, we need so much money to make this a reality. What does that mean? Let's analyze the cost. Let's analyze my time, which time is money. Yeah. And let's analyze also how the market is. So again, being very specific, but dividing things. So it's not daunting, and it's not big, and it's not like, oh my God, this is going to be a big headache. Maybe I can't do this. No, let's just, as you said, small, medium, and large. Then let's just grab those goals in small, medium, large.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, if you want to start a company or do something, don't think about the last step. Think about the first step and the next step. Like, think about it as like an alphabet, A, B, C. Yeah. Like, don't do C until you've accomplished B.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So it doesn't become overwhelming. And the other thing with like finances lately that I've realized is people will always say like, oh, I have a goal to make X amount per month. But then maybe they have their day job, maybe there's something else, but they get overwhelmed trying to, well, how am I going to reach this? How am I going to reach this? And then they read books like The Secret that says, just believe you have 10,000 and it'll show up. And it's like, bullshit. You need action.
Wishes don't wash dishes.
Exactly. You need action. And that's where the goals come in. And I always say sometimes, like for me, when I'm trying, I try to back into it. So I take the number and I'm like, okay, I'm going to back into it. And then that way you kind of be like, okay, how can I make up for this amount? And then make up for this amount. And then you get creative when you're backing into it, just versus saying like, I want to make that and I don't know what to do. If you back.
And Madison, one of the things that's really important is to have a partner who's accountable to these things, which is what a coach is. Yeah. So you don't feel that all this is by yourself. And that's where, again, it's a co-creative process, because, it's important to know that you can do it, and how much better it is to be with a coach that can help you through it. Look, you see it with tennis players. Every time they're going to say thank you to everybody, the first thing they do is like say thank you to a variety of coaches that they have. Maybe have 2 or 3 coaches that are helping them along the way. They have a coach for health. They have a coach for, the sponsorship, it's a team. So instead of thinking, I cannot do this alone, it's too big. When you have a life coach, it can help you with those process, and you are co-creating this new venture in your life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think everyone, kind of getting back to like the goal part of it, everyone's got goals, but they just don't know how to reach them. So if you could speak to the listeners right now who just say, I have trouble, like, on the new year, I'll write down these resolutions or these goals, but by January 15th, I've failed at half of them type thing. What's your best advice to keeping goals?
Well, again, a roadmap beginning with the end in mind. What is it that you want to attain? Is it a variety of goals from 1 to 10 in that New Year's resolution? Or is it just one specific goal that you want? And I always tell my clients, write on your journal or on your calendar what you have to do daily to arrive to that goal. Because sometimes it's not just saying the goal, I want to arrive to that product that you want to launch. There's a variety and an innumerable amount of steps that you have to take to arrive there. It's almost like going on a trip. Let's say you want to go to Italy. At least you have to know where you're going. And then how do you get there? Okay, that's the other part of the goal. What do you get there by plane? Do you want to go by boat? Where do you want to arrive? Italy's a big place. Do you want to go to Rome, Milano, or you want to go to the south, in Capri? It doesn't matter. The important thing is that every day you do something to arrive to that place that you want, which is Italy, which is your vacation place. Or in the case of a New Year's resolution or a goal, these goals are important for you. They're not that easy. That's why it's called a New Year's resolution. That's why it's a goal. So you create a roadmap with a life coach that helps you arrive to that place that you want, but it's a daily activity. It's a daily thing that you have to wake up every day and say, what do I do today to arrive to the place that I want? So if you're accountable for your things and you write them down and you start up your day thinking about that, you will arrive to it.
Yeah, no, that's very well said. Because a lot of people have a goal. I would say the most common goal in the world is, I want to lose weight. Do you know what I mean? And everybody has that on their like New Year's resolution or whatnot. But yeah, it is. When you're saying the roadmap, it's like, okay, how much do you want to weigh is the goal.
And so in that case of how much do you want to weigh? I try to tell people, being very specific, if you do a lot of weight training, your weight is going to go up. So let's not focus on the weight. Let's focus on grab a picture of yourself, because also we have to be, what your body is. You have to work with who you are.
Yes.
So grab a picture of yourself is what I would tell a person who wants to lose weight. And I would say, it's not the weight. How do you want to look? And see, I want to look this way. And usually, what the picture says about that person? It's a happy moment in their lives. they look good because they feel happy from inside out.
Uh-huh.
3, they can access in a timeline, talking about a roadmap, where you were at that particular place. What were you doing? What kind of sports were you doing? What kind of food were you eating? So you go back to the place where you are thriving instead of thinking, I have to lose weight, because that's not specific. It's not real. A picture of you is real, it's specific, and it's accountable. You can reach that.
Yeah.
So that's how I would do it.
I like that, the pick of self when you were at your ideal weight. However, don't be unrealistic. You can't pick a picture of yourself when you were 18, when you had a huge metabolism.
Okay, but then there you go, reality check. You grab a picture that really resonates with a goal that is attainable. Because you one of the things that happens that people grab this goal that's so big that maybe that's not real anymore. So it's important to also have in that list of things, when they're specific, what is the reality of the circumstance that you're living and how are you going to get there?
Absolutely. I don't know why this conversation right now about weight loss and goals about this is making me crave Taco Bell. I'm not even kidding you. I've just thought into my head, I go, why do I have the desire to go to Taco Bell after this podcast? That is so bad.
Well, yummy, enjoy, everything in moderation, including moderation. Just have fun with it. Again, remember, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
You gotta have fun.
And just yesterday I went to a spin class and I was like, oh, I got to do this 4 days a week. It was such good cardio. I hadn't done it like that type of cardio for a while. And then I was like, oh, and I ate light and I felt great. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to lose this last couple pounds I put on. And then we're having this conversation and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get really fit. And then boom, Taco Bell.
Okay, but that said, remember, in your goals of arriving to your place, you have a happy moment of doing whatever you want. The important thing is have your Taco Bell, enjoy it, and then know that tomorrow, because you have your list, you have to go back on whatever health, and wellness of the diet that you want to do to arrive to the place that you want to.
Exactly, right? Sometimes when you're just hungry, just grab something else and maybe it'll take that craving away.
Look, you talk to, I have a client who's a wonderful model, and I asked, so do you eat or not? And she's a friend, and she's looking at me like, Dani, you've seen me how I eat. They eat well, but they have a fun moment. If it's a party of your kid and you eat the cake, enjoy it, have your cake and eat it too. And that's, again, the most important thing. It's your life journey. Have accountability of what you want, enjoy the process, and be constant to the things that you have to do to arrive to that goal. But in the meantime, enjoy your journey.
So how do you know if you're setting a goal that's unattainable?
Well, I ask you that question. How do you know a goal is unattainable? I'm asking you that then. Back to you.
If you can't, well, from our conversation, if you can't build a roadmap to get there. So if you said, oh, I want to be the president of Italy.
There you go.
Prime Minister of Italy. Well, it's probably not going to happen. First of all, you're not even an Italian citizen.
There you go. There you go.
Or let's say something more realistic. You want to be the president of the United States. All right. Well, are you working in politics? Well, you don't have to, but working in politics. And can you handle the amount of scrutiny that comes with it? Most people cannot.
That's when you really are genuine. And I'm Coach B for Dani Bedoni, or B for to be or not to be.
I love it.
Okay, and the B's, because the B's are very, very busy and they get things done, but they enjoy and they make things bloom and flower. I think is a very beautiful concept. But the most important thing with Coach B is that I bloom with you. I let you bloom so you are, who you want to be. Do you really want to be that president? Again, that's the most important thing. It's not that goals are attainable or not attainable. Are they big or not? Is really, when you focus on the things that you want out of life, is that goal really making you be? Is that who you want to be? That's the whole concept of this.
Oh, I like that. Say that again. Like
What part?
it should be your be, like who you want to be. The end goal is that really who you want to be.
Exactly. Look, it's your life. Okay? We're in this planet for the amount of time that we are going to be here.
Mhm.
What are you going to do in the most precious moment of your life, which is today?
Yep.
Because that's something we coaches, we don't talk about the past. We're not therapists, okay? We talk about today, what you want today and what you want to accomplish. And what I'm inviting you with this conversation and with our audiences, hello, thanks for listening to us, is who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And one of the things there's always a silver lining about everything that happens to us, especially after this pandemic. We've had this moment to realize, who do we want to be? So I've had so much interaction with my clients of them blooming again with Coach B, that they realize, oh my God, this is the moment to be who I want to be, because life can change just like that. I mean, the world showed us that. So who do you want to be? And why do you want to be that person? And how can a coach help you bloom to the most beautiful aspect of your life, so you're happy, you're content, and you're in a wellness sense? I am Coach B Wellness is my website. Coach B Wellness, that's it. So coach and be well.
Yeah.
That's like, be well, be happy, be content, have your goals. Goals inspire you to do a podcast. Look at you. You've had so many hats. You're a comedian, you're an author, you're a writer, you're a spokesperson, you have a podcast. Look at all the things that you do. Doesn't that thrill you and excite you? And sometimes you go like, okay, I did a lot, but aren't you happy?
Yes, but there's so much more that
Ah,
is done.
there you go. There's always a new goal.
Yes, lots of new goals, because it is true. But I like that part, and you guys like that are listening and understanding this. Everybody has goals. Like what she said is so true. Go from, instead of just writing a goal down, go from who you want to be. That really resonates with me, right? So you want to be happy, you want to be financially abundant, maybe you want to be married, maybe you want to be a mom, or whatever it is that you want to be really fit. Then write your goals from that. Because sometimes I think people will set goals because they think that's what they want, and then at the end they're like, that's not really the life I want.
That's where a coach comes in.
Yeah.
Beautifully said. And that's why people ask, what do you need a coach? And I always ask, I don't know, do you? I mean, I'm not selling myself. People come to me.
Yeah.
My son did the website. I mean, companies go, we need a big website. It's like, a website is just a presentation. If you're good, people are going to call you, and they're going to word of mouth, because you realize that everything you're saying, it's important to have an accountability partner to help you out, to obtain that, because you're doing too many things. And that's why you get a professional to help you. Like, if you do highlights, do you do it yourself? Do you go to Dwayne Reed and do it yourself? Or do you go to a place that somebody knows how to do your highlights? Same thing.
Yeah.
Again, that's the co-creative aspect of how to do it. So you don't feel overwhelmed. So you feel you have somebody to hold your hand and say, we've got this. You're not alone. I have honed skills to help you out, and you're going to obtain anything and everything you want out of life if you work on it. You got to wake up every morning and do it.
Exactly. But there are people, and I want you to just kind of give some advice that you can, that do not have a budget for a life coach. They do not.
You'll be amazed how many life coaches work pro bono as well. It's a lot of there's a lot of great people out there.
So if there's a will, there's a way. So don't use that.
But what is the question exactly though?
But
That you would like me to say?
So basically what I'm saying is, like, if somebody can't afford a life coach, how do they go about getting the benefits of having an accountability partner? My thought would be, well, until you can't, obviously set a goal to make more money, number one.
There you go.
Number two, maybe find a friend that you guys can help each other, and that can be your accountability partner until you reach that next level. But I like the accountability partner or the life coach part of it, because I've had people approach me before and I'm just like, beat it. It's like, I don't need it. I'm positive. I got my shit together, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, there really was a time in my life, or maybe now, that I could use that. Because it's like, if you're at work and you have a boss and your boss tells you to do something, like, you have to do that.
Right.
And you feel good when you do it, and then you do it really good, and then you get complimented, so to say, if you're at like a corporate job.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing, because so many people can give up on their goals, because if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds, let's keep it simple. Well, nobody cares if you lose 10 pounds. You're the only one that cares. But if you had somebody that was like helping you with that and cheering you on for every pound you lost, you'd probably be more determined to lose the 10 pounds. I know I would.
Exactly. There you go. You have a partner. You have a partner.
Yeah.
You have a partner. And it's very important to have an accountability partner. It could be yourself. Maybe you're very well disciplined and you can do it. Talking about these people that you said cannot afford. And again, I was listening to you, but I was thinking about that because I've been doing a lot of, how would I say, research on, there's a lot of spaces that people can go online to get, or groups that can do, 5, 6, 10 people, and then the cost is minimum, because it's the same amount of money that the coach charges could be diluted in a group of people. So you have that. But talking about, so I was thinking about the audience and, what advice I would give them. So that's one of the advices. And to continue and segue into your question, well, one of the things that you do when you lose those X amount of pounds is that you felt that you were able to accomplish a goal. So that gets you also, remember something, I've learned a lot about neuroscience, which is incredibly important if you're going to be a coach, because you have to understand that if you keep doing the same thing, you keep having the same what? Results. Everybody knows that. So what is the difference between a coach? Okay. The coach sees things not different. The coach sees you. What is the difference between being with a friend, with your family member, and telling them about, how do I do this? Everybody has an agenda. And they want to help you, but everybody has an agenda. The difference between a coach that can help you with those 10 pounds is that, for me, when I'm with my client, is that you are the most important person. You are the person that it's important that you obtain your goal, because that speaks if I'm a good coach or not. So it's like this laser focus on this person. It's not about me. It's about you.
Yeah.
That's very important. Why there is a difference between a coach and losing those 10 pounds, because it's about you, and the coach is 100% laser focused, dedicated on the client.
Yeah, no, that makes absolute sense, because, right, if you have goals, it's easy just to not reach them because, well, you don't have anyone to hold you accountable for it. So check it off, move on with your life, right? But if you have somebody that's holding you accountable to that. So I definitely do like that. You had mentioned the other thing too, when we talked about raising money, if you wanted a business and that's a goal to, I need to raise X amount of dollars to start this business. And then you mentioned fear. And I want to talk about fear because fear is the number one thing that holds people back.
Yes.
So what is your advice on how to start to get rid of fear?
Well, it's very important to understand that if you focus on something, it enlarges. If you focus on a particular thing, it's going to become big. So if you focus on fear, fear is going to be present. So what I do with my clients is we don't talk about fear. We say goodbye to it. We say, okay, you had fear in the past. Since we don't talk about the past, say goodbye to that fear. So long, baby. Great. It was there before. It was present. We're now talking about possibilities. And again, when I was talking about neuroscience and the brain, when you do things differently, that somebody's helping you out with that roadmap, the brain starts to develop new pathways of possibilities.
Yeah.
So what you focus on is on the possibility, not on that F word, as I call it.
I know it is.
That's an F word.
And most people
we talk about
they have fear of what people think. That's a hard one to get rid of, because I've talked to the most confident people in the world and they still have that underlying, because everybody wants to be liked. But I think
why?
I don't know, because we're human. But I think that's one of the reasons that I know I've talked to some friends that haven't started businesses. Well, what are people going to think if I fail? And I'm like, who gives a shit? But it's easy for me to say that to them. How do you kind of switch that pathogen to just say, because I always tell people, listen, not everybody liked Jesus, and he was the most amazing man in the world. Not everybody's going to like you. If not everybody likes him, then you're screwed, right? Like, just move on with your life. But it is easy. And sometimes I find myself like, I'll want to do something. And then it's like, I have that fear of like, oh, it has to be perfect because, it's an image of what people are going to think.
Well, again, I go back to that principle to be with Coach B. What is it that you want to be? Because when you arrive to that place that you want to be and you're really enjoying yourself, do you think you're going to care about what other people think of you? Seriously.
No, you are
seriously
who you want to be, living your best life.
And I'm asking everybody who's listening, we're not in school anymore. We didn't know who we were. That's why you want to be liked by so many, because you don't know who you are. But when you start realizing who you are, who you want to be, what do you want to bloom inside, then that thing of let people like you starts, again, like the F word, being a thing of the past.
I love that.
It just goes away because you're not focusing on that. You're not focusing on, oh, I have to do this because people have to like me. I'm not focusing on that. What I'm focusing on is, Madison, who do you want to be?
Yeah.
And let's work on it. And let me help you.
I love that. Great. Okay, so if you guys have fears, stop thinking about it. If you have anxiety,
whatever you focus on enlarges. Whatever you focus on gets big.
And I do want to tell people, because I've been able to really kind of cure my anxiety. Anxiety is fear of the unknown, really, and or more fear of the future. If you are somebody that's suffering from anxiety, yes, try not to focus on fear, focus on possibilities, but also check your zinc levels. I shit you not. Zinc deficiencies can cause anxiety and depression. You start taking zinc, it's not only good for immunity, but it's good for that overthinking portion of it. I remember couldn't sleep 2 nights ago. Okay. I was nervous about something that I was going to be doing, and I was fearful that I wasn't prepared enough. And then I realized I hadn't taken zinc in a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's just my tidbit of information.
But also, consult your doctor if you can take zinc or not. I have to put that little thing.
I'm not a medical professional or financial advisor. I can tell you what I invest in, what I take, but that is on you.
Exactly. But, the important thing is that, again, because we're focusing on who you are and what you want, what is it that you need? And how is it that you're going to arrive there? And where are you going to attain those things? That's really important.
Yes, absolutely. Ooh, we got a barking doggy. Does the doggy want to come on the podcast?
Well, maybe later. Okay, you can pass me. Okay, here
Oh, now
Here
you
she
guys
is.
have
Look
to
at
go
her.
check out the YouTube
Look at her.
video.
Ah!
Look at this little wiener donkey. Oh, what a sweetie baby. Oh,
She is a COVID, here, baby, Danny. Here's a COVID present from my daughter.
oh my gosh. What
Oh,
a
that's the other thing I've
baby.
told, with all my clients in this moment, I've always asked them, if you can get a puppy or an animal or, even something that you can cuddle it with, oh, these animals give so much joy. Or go to a dog park and enjoy a dog. I mean, hug each other. We need to hug each other. We need love. We are social creatures, and that's so important. And that gives, look, we can learn a lot from puppies. They're happy all the time. Isn't that great?
I just got
Isn't
a
that
dog.
great?
Yeah, I got a dog in December, and I named her Deborah Joy Malloy. I wanted a name that would make people laugh. And every time
It just made me laugh.
yeah, they see her at the park, like, what a cute little doggie. What's your name? And I'm like, Deborah Joy. And they're like, what? And so they always laugh, and they're like, Deborah, hi, Debbie. So, she was the best decision. I mean, obviously there's some life changes that come with it, finding, when I like to travel, so finding the appropriate babysitters and
Yeah. There you go. Goal setting.
Yeah.
Goal setting. You want your puppy? Well, there's things that you have to do so you can be free from the puppy as well. So you can go travel by yourself. And that's really important. Again, every day's a goal. Every day.
It is.
Every day. And you know what happens when you check that goal and you go to the next one? What happens to you?
You feel accomplished.
There you go. And it inspires you to do the next thing. And that's when we grow. You know what? I think that's the most important lesson that I hear time and time again that my clients answer back is what they've enjoyed in growing. Not being liked by other people, in growing, in finding out who they are and enjoying. And that's the difference between therapy. I mean, again, if you go to therapy, more power to you. But for me, it's about the now and where you want to go. So if you want to bloom, if you want to grow, that's the most beautiful gift you can give yourself. Because that's the most incredible thing you have in your life is you. Glow and go with the glow. Go with the flow.
Yes, exactly. So how do you know, here's a question that just came to mind. How do you know, because life is about growing. If you don't grow, you die. But you want to improve yourself and become the best version of you. But how do you know you're really staying true to your authentic self versus trying to become something that you're not because that's what you think you need to be?
When you're true to yourself.
Yeah. No, it's true.
When you're true to yourself and you feel it. And again, there's this basic things that we know, which is meditation, doing your yoga, breathing, being within yourself, having a space that you give. And I tell my clients to do this. I've been doing yoga for decades. I'm 52, so a lot of years.
Yeah, I love it.
Lot.
You look great, girl.
Since I was 17.
Oh my God.
And I got into yoga meditation because of music. My professor in Venezuela, Valdemar Rodriguez, would always say, look, you're going to play this piece of music written by Mozart, okay? You got to let go everything you came in, the traffic or how you arrived here, or if you fought with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever it is. You got to focus on the music of Mozart. And you got to be true to Mozart. So he would make me say, we're going to take 5 minutes. You're going to breathe. You're going to 5 minutes. You're going to breathe. You're going to just sit here and cool off and relax. And when you're ready, you're going to play Mozart and you're going to be true to Mozart. Same thing with yourself. That's why when you wake up in the morning, if you can, have a moment to yourself. Okay? There's no excuse. People say, I don't have time. Wake up a half an hour earlier, girl.
Yes.
10 minutes earlier. We all have the same 24 hours. Look what Mozart did with his 24 hours.
Yeah.
What are we doing with our 24 hours? I always ask. So have a moment to breathe, to look within yourself, and then you can answer that question that you were asking me. How do you know you're being true to yourself? Be with yourself. Talk to yourself. Listen to yourself. And you'll realize if you're true to yourself or not. And then when you have a life coach, that life coach is doing their honing skills to see, I'm listening to you when I'm talking. I know what you're saying. So I'm getting to know you and you're getting to know yourself. That's why it's a co-creative process. And that's when you grow and you bloom.
Yes, absolutely. No, I love that. So let's talk about that though. You are a musician, and you sit on the board of the New York Philharmonic. Is that
Education Committee of New York Philharmonic, and a variety of music organizations. And the Grammys Harmony program that brings music to the 5 boroughs in New York City. Yeah, well, yeah.
So let's talk about the Grammys, because everyone knows the Grammys, right? How did you get involved on the board of the Grammys?
They call you. It's by call. They call you, and it's a music coalition to help. It's, this is the beauty of when people want to make this world a better place, and where there's a lot of great people out there. These musicians, when they win the Grammys, they say, thank you to my music teacher. Thank you to my mom that took me to music class.
Yeah.
So where are these music teachers? Where are the parents are taking the kids to music class? So that the Grammys did a music education coalition to help that happen. So it's giving back to communities. It's giving back to the people that are in the same realm that you are, that makes a better place. And again, with these people that you were saying that they are looking for a coach, but they don't have the money, there's a lot of groups of coaches that do pro bono. There's a lot of great people out there that can help out. Yeah. And then can help that person build the confidence to have the money to be able to pay a coach. There you go. And we've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's great.
Just be kind to people, and this world will be a better place. I know it sounds corny, but it's true.
No, it's very true. And we saw this past year how mean people are, especially online, because more people are online, and people were just vile. I just saw some very ugly, a lot of ugliness in people online. And
how about the good things? How about the good things that people do? Look, we organize, and I organized an online concert for Mount Sinai for all the superheroes that we have.
Yeah.
And every single musician, from Joshua Bell to Larissa Martinez to, so many great musicians, and to Alicia Wallerstein. I mean, these are top-notch musicians that they get paid a lot of money for concerts. Everything free. We raise $1 million for the nurses and everything. Yes, there's bad things out there, but there's also a lot of good. So let's just focus on the good.
Exactly.
Let's focus on the good. I always say to people, yes, it's true. Since the world has been the world, that has happened. Why don't we focus on the goodness that's out there? Why don't we focus on that we're all getting vaccinated and getting our life back? I mean, I'm creating a concert, oh my God, June 28th in Central Park, Opera Italiana's in the air. Musicians from the Met Orchestra with their students, top-notch conductor Alvise Castellati that comes from Italy.
Wow.
Very young composer, 17-year-old. I do a lot of, I have to put this little pitch in for Latino girls. I believe in inspiring the equity and diversity that we have in our communities, and helping girls be a little bit more, we need it. I mean, I've had the oh my God, the gift that to have a great mom, a great grandmother, a great aunt. So, there were a lot of power women in my house. So if you weren't, and I'm petite, they're like 6 foot tall. And I was like, oh my God, these people are bigger in life. And they were like, you're petite, but wear high heels and smile a lot.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But you gotta go. So one of the reasons I've done for 33 years is inspire girls to have the power. So we have a very young composers from the New York Philharmonic program that John Deek was the founder of, and we have a great team now in the New York Phil who does this, which is to teach kids how to compose music. So we have Mondriana Villegas, who's going to compose a 3-minute piece that's going to open up the concert. I mean, in beautiful Central Park, we've been doing it for 4 years, and it's the fabric of the city that we want to give inspirational. So that's also coaching. Coaching is giving back to your community, helping people out in the best way you can. So you can be a coach. You can be a coach by being what you're doing in this podcast, and giving this opportunity to people to heal and to grow and to be entertained and inspired.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Madison.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you. Well, thank you. But no, it is so important just to give back. It makes you, it makes you feel better. We're designed to help other people. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And so can people buy tickets to the Central Park concert?
It's free.
Oh, well then get your
free. So
June
20, it's a Monday, June 28th.
Okay.
It's in Central Park at the Naumburg Band Show, which is re-inaugurating. They've been, restructuring for years and years. They've restarted, and it's just fantastic. It looks like, you're in Europe. It's a beautiful space, and it's right at the neck of your woods, 72nd Street and 5th Avenue. You just go to the Naumburg Band Show, 6 p.m. Monday, June 28th. Alvise Castellati will be conducting. We have a great array of musicians from the Met Opera and their students. We have a very young composers, and it's just arias of your favorite Italian operas. Just the fun part. Just the parts. Again, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. It's just fun. The kids sing, La Donna Mobile, whatever you want to sing, you can sing. And it's outdoors, and it's beautiful. And we have trees. This is a tree from Central Park.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you guys are in New York City, go. If you're not, well.
So we're going to stream it if you're not.
Oh, well, that's what we need to hear, because we have listeners from all over the world.
We'll send it to you so you can promote it. So June 28th at 6 p.m. Opera Italiana is in the air. I'm the producer. I'm the producer and artistic advisor. So we've been doing it for 4 years.
Can we put the streaming link on the website when it goes okay, so you guys go to the Next to Madison website, episode 110, and you'll be able to click on that link. So on June 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern, you can watch it from New York City, which is coming back and I guess is alive and well. I got to get back there. I was back there in May, but wasn't quite ready to come back, but I think I'm getting there.
Well, come. You can be a guest in my house. Come.
Yes, I would love that.
Come. And we'll do it online. We'll do it. We can have you host it if you want. Just be up there. Come.
That would be great, except I'd probably drop too many dick jokes and then get banned from the park. Like, how's everybody? Who's getting laid tonight? Oh, this is a kid show. Sorry, wrong audience. But so where can it promote, or I want you to plug yourself because you're amazing. What's the website they can find you at? And again, all this will be on the website, but if you're just listening in your car, go.
Opera Italiana's in the air. And if you write to me, Coach B Wellness, I can also direct you to the streaming. So Coach B Wellness. Okay. Coach B Wellness.com. Yes.
Okay, so coachbwellness.com. You guys can go to her website. You can find out all about her coaching services, read up on that, sign up for her coaching services. And just remember, I love the whole thing. Map it out and then go backwards from there. What are the little goals to get to the main goal? And if you're not, as you said, if you're not having fun, then what the hell are you doing?
You're not doing it right. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And remember, wishes don't wash dishes. That thing of, I'm just going to think that I'm going to be positive. No, let's work on it.
Exactly.
You're starting correctly. You know what you want. You're arriving there. But you have to have a structure. You think about it. If you're really truthful to yourself, wherever you've been successful, let's just say, or wherever you've attained or achieved a goal, haven't you done a variety of steps? How about finishing school? Let's start by that. You had to go through all these things to finish school. It's not just one day. Finishing college or attaining whatever goal you wanted. So it's the same thing. Let's create a roadmap together. It's your life. Enjoy it.
I love it.
Have fun.
I'm encouraging everybody who's listening to this podcast, when you have time, to write down your goal at the top of a sheet of paper and then build the roadmap. Just do that for yourself. You don't need to send it to me. I don't care. You can send it to her if she cares more. No, I care. But do it for yourself, because that's what you need to do it for, you know? So, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being on here. My guest, Dani Bedoni. Yeah. A good thing I don't host comedy shows, because I'm always butchering.
It's good. It's good because I can be Houdini. I can do magic.
Yeah, exactly. Bodini. Okay, perfect. And you guys listening at home, thank you, or Jim, wherever the hell you are. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in and listening to this podcast. And I hope that you either create a new goal or you reach that goal you've been dying to reach. Exactly. And that being said, we'll see you next time to find out who's next.
Hey, your host here, Madison Malloy. Please make sure to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms, and please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@next2madison.com. I thank you again for listening. Bye.